everyone that's joining us on our real stream. Just starting a little early, give everybody a chance to get in. All righty. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone made some money yesterday. Hope everybody did. We'll get started here in just a minute. All righty, let's get things kicked off here. I'm going to open up the trading room now. There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Let's see, does this work today? Hey, it does work today. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Coach, Joe, Daryl. Hey, Gold, Mike, Donna, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hey, I apologize for the background noise you may be hearing, this clucking around, clugging, knocking. We have to have a new roof put on, so they're doing that. And those guys, they were here early. It was dark 30, and they were already working on the roof, so maybe it'll be done today. So again, I apologize for any background sound. This mic picks up a lot of things, and it may be picking that up. So, yeah. No, good morning again, everybody. Let everybody log in here. All right. All righty, everyone. Let's get started here, okay? Hey, thanks everybody for logging in. I absolutely appreciate it. Welcome to the Wednesday pre-market edition of Charts and Targets. Today is December 17th, 2025. And this year's going pretty quick, going real quick. Wow. All right, let's talk about the SPY real quick. We bounced off the 50-period moving average. Now what? Well, that's a good question. And that's the beauty of following charts is we can follow along. And I know that we're not, you're not supposed to predict, but that's exactly what we do. I mean, it really, really is. Now, we tend to predict in short-term spurts, not long-term spurts, but short-term. And Candlesticks gives us that information. Trend gives us that information. It helps us put that little prediction in there. It's like here we bounce off the 50-period moving average with a little hammer. It's not exactly a perfect hammer, but it's close. We've got a nice little tail on it down here. So, some things that we're going to say like this right here is we need follow through, right? If we get that follow through, then I'm going to predict that we come up here and we tag 684.75 up here. And if we continue to be bullish, we'll do it here, make it green. There we go. And then if we follow through again, follow through just over that candle, well, I'm going to predict that we're going to come right up here to just under 690, about 690, retest these highs. So see, we are in the business of doing that. Now, on the other hand, if today doesn't work out, if we don't get the follow through and we actually end up maybe like that, a bearish engulf, well, I'm going to predict that we're going to go down to this line. So we are in the business of doing that. And one of our goals as a trader is to get good at it. And timing is so important. And we try to talk about that during the day a little bit, but timing is important. Is it timing right to buy here? Is it right to buy on a breakout? Things like that. And that's something to practice and study. And members, anybody in the room, just we can have a conversation about that all day long if you like. We can talk about that. All right. So what do we do here? Well, we've bounced off that 50-period moving average. It looks like pre-market we're up a little bit. In a perfect world, I would like this to close over that white line, the 8 EMA. And then what would happen is that dot would turn red, and that would put our trend back in shape. If we close over 684.85, well, then we're going to have a chart pattern that looks something like this. We'll go from a low to a higher low. And if we can do that, then we take on this high. If we break out, well, we've got our low, high, higher low, and then there's the breakout, right? So now what are we going to do? We're going to predict that we're going to go higher, right? Just like that. It's pretty simple. We do the same thing to the downside. All right, let's take a look at some of these charts I've got over here on the left that I like to look at. FNGU. FNGU might be trying to put in a morning star signal. A morning star signal looks like this right here. Just like that. And if we come up today, and it doesn't have to come up that high, you know, we could do that, and we're going to call that a morning star signal too. And if that happens and we break out of this high right there, then we're going to predict this is going to go higher. And, you know, for me, it's going to go, my prediction will be to here, and then to here, and then to here, until we get that sell signal in there. But right now, we don't have that morning star signal, not yet. Amazon. So Amazon's trying to work out. We're just kind of moving sideways overall. We did make a low, we did make a high, and we have made a higher low. We're moving up today a little bit. Pre-market, we start to break out. Well, that could set Amazon free. And the breakout mark, I'm going to put it right here. I know, you know, some people are going to put it up here, and that wouldn't be wrong. I just wouldn't want to wait to buy it up here. And if we're above the 50 period moving average, and if price moves up, that's going to turn the dot green. That'll make our trend indicator green. That's where I would like to buy. Now I'm already in AMZU. There we go. I'm already in that one, the single stock ETF right here. So already in that one there. So looking for that one to move up as well. And that would get that Amazon up. USO trying to bounce off the bottom, what could be the bottom here. But until we get trends, you got nothing. All you've got is a bunch of Neanderthals trading down here is what you have, you know, bang, 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 just fighting, poking eyes out, you know, that's all you've got. Until you got trend, you've got nothing. I think trend is the way to go. Take a look at XLK, low, high, higher low so far. Over the 50 period moving average would make a big difference in this chart, huge difference. Then I think what we better do is draw a line like this, and we're going to need to get over that downtrend line to get going here. I'm going to jump right to the mags real quick because I noticed this morning, look what the mags are doing. We bounced off the 50 period moving average and that 50% retracement, and now we're actually moving up pre-market. Here's the thing. Most of the mags is done because of Tesla yesterday. Everything else is not doing all that great. So be a little careful there. Don't think, oh, hey, the mags are in great shape. Not yet, they're not. But hey, a great big congratulations to those out there that traded Tesla or TSLL. Way to go. Great job, you guys. Very nice. All right, SMH here. We're holding on the 50. I like that. Low, high, higher low. We've got a rising 50 period moving average. If we're using that word if a lot today, you know, if we can close up like that, well, we're going to have a little morning star here, and a morning star could, that is a reversal pattern. The only thing is we need to actually have it reverse, right? We need to see follow through on that. But SMH is looking pretty good. Hey, I want to, again, apologize for the background noise you hear. They're putting a new roof on, and they have no problem starting early in the morning, I'll tell you. Google here. We're not falling apart, but I sure would like it to move up a little bit more before I become a buyer. And I'll become a buyer in GLL. That can't be right. I'll have to go look for it. Yeah, I'll have to go look for it. But Google is GGLL. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you very much. Saving my bacon. Yeah, GGLL. I might be a buyer in that one if it pops up here. And for me, we close right here. We close up like that. Well, that's where I'm going to be the buyer because that'll show me that there's buyers out there. There's other people buying. I never want to be the first buyer. Not ever. Microsoft. See, Microsoft's not doing very well. Part of the mags. Tesla's the one that's lifting it. Apple's not lifting it. Apple's still kind of hanging in there. But the last, the yesterday's candle and so far today, not too shabby. Just need to see a little bit of follow through. PLTR, man, that is doing great, I think. PLTR is one of the nicest charts out there, in my opinion. Nice move up here. We've pulled back. We're over the 50-period moving average. Price, T-line trend indicator, all lined up, nice and bullish. I'm still holding PTIR, the single stock ETF, rather than $190. I can trade with $31.85 here, and in options, it's even cheaper than that. So, and that's just a beautiful chart. Looks to me like the next target is around 35.50, and then after that, we'll look at 38.15 up here for a target. NVIDIA, look at NVIDIA. Again, talking about the MAG, see the MAGS stock was not looking all that. I mean, it was looking good, but it was only Tesla that was making it look good. Look at NVIDIA. It is not a buy yet, in my opinion. We're still trickling to the downside. If we just look at the trend indicator, just that one thing right there. And, let's start right here where right at this top, and we'll just, grab a hold one of those dots and just come on down to the very last one. It doesn't matter what happens in between. Doesn't matter at all. Just take this one and that one, and you can see the downtrend we're still putting in here just based on a simple moving average. It's all it is. Take a look at XLF. Beautiful chart. It's a buy. It's a 3A trap. That's very good for the market. Meta might have helped the mags a little bit yesterday. Meta popped up. Well, not might have. It did. Kind of like Tesla. It didn't do what Tesla did, but we put in a very nice candle. Today, it looks like an inside day. I am personally holding METU here. And right now, I'm looking for that to move up. Tag that 50-period moving average. I'll reevaluate. Do I want to keep it? And then I'll be looking up here at that 50% retracement of about $36 on METU. RSP is making a beautiful chart. We go from a low to a high, to higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. That's what a trend is right there. Price, T-line trend indicator. Pretty simple. XLY doing absolutely fantastic, looking like a breakout. IYT also doing very good. Now up here we have an evening star signal. Candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. We do have confirmation on that, and we did come down and make a low. Now, what if you're short this? Then what you want to see is that continued downtrend. If the bulls come back, man, these guys are getting loud up there. If the bulls come back, well, that's just saying that the sellers have had their way for a little while, and now the bulls are coming back. That's what happens here. See here, sellers have their way, bulls come back, sellers have their way, or profit taking. Bulls move, profit taking. That's how a chart is made. And that's how a trend is made, whether it's an uptrend or downtrend. I'm afraid the old Bitcoin area is just not great yet. Earlier this morning, it was worse than this. It's lifted up a little bit. But until Bitcoin pops up, turns our trend green, meaning our dot green, I'm going to stay away from that one. All right, a few charts that I've got here to look at. See, we've already looked at PTIR. Take a look at Riley. Look at this thing. I think Riley has a very nice future. look at the weekly chart. And if you look at that weekly chart, you've got a nice gap right in here that could be filled. And that's a beautiful, beautiful bottom that it's made right there. Now I'll take this move over to the daily. Nice gap up inside day. That's I'm going to say that's a buy in that area there. Below 567, I would probably want to be stopped out. Watch for the pullback. Maybe you get a better buy down here. I think Riley goes higher. Nice chart on Riley. How about some A-Firm? A-Firm is looking good. Very nice bullish engulf yesterday. I mean, smoking hot. And not only that, let's put a couple lines up there. We're going to go from this candle here over to this candle here, and there's your shoulder, there's your head, and there's your shoulder. We've got an inverted head and shoulder here. Massive bullish engulf. What I'm going to look for is target just under 80, and then we'll look under just under 85 here on A-Firm. WBD. Look at that, WBD, Warner Brothers. Beautiful trend. I don't know why that's there. Let's get rid of it. Beautiful trend. We got a little ahead of ourselves, and now we're pulling back. So far, pre-market, little doji here, 3-8 trap. Very nice chart. Very, very nice. Very clean. Very nice. Las Vegas. We've mentioned this one a couple of times. Las Vegas Sands. I think it's still setting up where it's not in a hurry to get up there. That's for sure. But it's moving sideways, and it's holding that. So watch for that breakout. $75 could be in the cards on that one there. Let's look at some banks. How about some JP Morgan? It's coming back. It's kind of a sloppy chart, but I think we're doing pretty good here. Low. We moved a little lower. We could say shoulder, lower, shoulder, low, shoulder, head, shoulder. Here we are moving up. We came down with a nice bullish Hiromi. We have followed through, pulled back, nice little 3-8 trap entry area right here. Some traders may want a breakout before they buy it, and that makes all the sense in the world. Yeah. So anywhere right in this area for JP Morgan is a nice trend. Here's a chart that I've got my eyeballs on, and I'm going to ask everyone in the room to help me out. If you guys see this thing moving up, let me know if I don't catch it. In fact, I don't know why I don't have an alert on it, but I think I would like to buy this. And there we go. Yeah, I'd like to buy this path. I love the gap. I love what it's doing here. I love the fact we're off the 200 period moving average. A nice move up, very organized profit-taking pullback. We're down near that 50 period moving average. So for me, if we do something like that, that will be a buy. So again, everyone in the room, if you can, help me out. Might be a good buy for all of us. All right, let's look at a few others here that you guys might have. Sharon, good morning. You're looking at some Netflix. Thanks for bringing that one up. I'm looking at buying Netflix. I mentioned that yesterday. We are over my alert here, so I very well may buy this today. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, we can't guarantee that this is the bottom. We don't know that this is in fact the bottom. We don't know that. So this is why we want to stop on it. I'm going to put the weekly chart up just so I can look at more of the chart. So, I'm going to be buying here. And if we fail about this 93.30 area, I don't want to keep it. I want to get out because it could come right back down here or continue down and move down to about 81.75 or even lower. We're just taking a gamble that this is the bottom based on the candle pattern right here. And if it does get bullish right through here, well, I'm going to make the bet that, I'm going to predict, that's what I'm going to do, predict that we're going to move up. And the areas that we might move up to right here, I'm going to look for area 1. We're going to look to clear the trend indicator, area 2. And then right there would be area 3. And then right there, 4. And then we'll follow price on the way up just to watch what it does. And, you know, if price does this and then all of a sudden it gets ugly, well, that might be a time to take profits, you know, before that gets too ugly there, because there is absolutely zero guarantee that this is, in fact, the bottom. We're going to, some of us, I think, are going to take the bet it's the bottom, and we're going to follow the price action to confirm that or reverse that. Okay. So, price action candlesticks, they're one of the most handiest tools you can have on a chart. So, thanks for bringing that up. Okay. JW, you're looking at some WWDC. Hey, let's see, everybody, those that's over there looking in our live stream, don't forget to post your stocks as well, okay? And we'll come over and take a look. And again, thank you for being there. I really do appreciate it. All righty. WDC, let's see. Yeah, WDC, that's an excellent looking chart. Look, trend is where it's at, you know. It really is. And it doesn't matter whether you're on a daily, a weekly, monthly, 60-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute, doesn't matter. Trend is where it's at. So right now, this is the trend I'll be looking for or looking at right there. And now we've moved up and down, up, sideways, up, down. What are we looking for from here? We're looking for that move. Now, you know, we could move sideways for a day or two before that happens. We could. Beautiful chart. And Twillo. Yeah, Twillo does look nice. Whoops, that's not Twillo. There you go. Look at Twillo. Make sure I flag that. Twillow's a nice inside day. That's a buy right now. That's a 3-8 trap, 3-8 trap breakout right at there. Let's put a line across here, right there. See where yesterday's candle closed right at the highs of those candles, and now we're above it. That's a great sign, nice bullish sign. Here we have a nice flag breakout, beautiful trend, right? Trend, price, T-line, trend. Everything's working on that. That's a nice chart. If you put the weekly up there, that makes a nice target around that 150 mark. All righty. Hey, Daryl, good morning. You're looking at some CMG. Yeah, look at that. CMG is about to become a rounded bottom breakout. Price is over the 50-period moving average. T-line and trend indicator needs to move up there, but it's looking pretty good. Let me move this up for a minute. There we go. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Right there's the 50% retracement. I have it marked from the October high down to the low. So we move over that 50% retracement, then we can come up here and fill that gap up there for about 7, 8, maybe 9%. And then we've got the 200-period moving average, or the dotted deuce rather, sitting right in here. If we pop up a little bit and hold up there for a day or two, that'll bring the T-line and the trend indicator up. So then what you're going to have is more of a trend. You're going to have, price. You're going to have the T-line. You're going to have the trend indicator, and then you're going to have the 50-period moving average as well. So looking pretty good. I like that CMG. Very nice. Thank you. Hey, Glenn. Good morning. Thank you for being here, everybody. Fuel cell. That's a nice chart. Let's take a look at fuel cell, and let's take a look at the cloud as well. Where is it? Right here. Right here. You can see we're about ready to break out of the cloud. If we break out of the cloud, rock and roll. There is a, and then we've got this flat trading right here. We'll break out of that if we do. Count me in on fuel cell. This is another one. Let's watch this, and I'm going to put an alert on there. I'm going to put alert right here. There we go. So, count me in on fuel cell. Very nice, Glenn. Thank you. Some good old donut. You know, I have a problem buying that. I really do. I just, I don't understand how this can be on the stock market. I really don't. I don't. Donuts are cheap, man. I mean, they got to sell a lot of dollar donuts. God almighty. But it's bullish. Look at that trend. Popped up, looks higher. There's the 50% retracement. Already have it marked out. Really nice. All right, let's see. Again, thank you everybody for being over there on our real stream. I appreciate it. BSX, take a look. BSX. Hey, while you're over there on real stream, if you get a chance, just go down there and click that thumbs up button on YouTube. I sure would appreciate it. Or if you're on Facebook, you can do it on Facebook or X. Would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. So BSX long. You can trade any stock long. You can get in any stock you want long at any given time. Everybody is a little different, and that's okay. That is all right. In my opinion, it's not a long trade because I don't think bottom picking is a viable way to trade the market. That doesn't mean that, it can't be done. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work out. It's just not my thing. All right. That's all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself, well, what can BSX do for me? That's number one. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to come up to this high and then go down to the current low and then open that up a little bit so we can see it. And the 50% retracement area is always where my eyeballs are going to go. So I think that's what it can do for me. That is a viable trade for me with some stops along the way. You're going to have a little bit of hiccups along the way. So I couldn't buy this on the daily, but I'll tell you what we could do. Let's start with a 10-minute chart. Well, let me bring that down, I guess. So on a 10-minute chart, doing just what, let me see if that's better cleaned up. Let's use an hourly chart, a little cleaner chart. Okay. Everything's the same though. So for me, let's go to a pin. I want price. Ooh, that's too big, man. There we go. I want price to be above the white line, which is the 8 EMA. And I want the 8 EMA to be above the trend indicator. Now, in the trend indicator, it's just the 17 EMA. Okay. It's not anything special. What's special is we figured out how to turn it red and green for bullish or bearish. As a bonus, we're over that 50 period moving average. And on the hourly chart, this is a rounded bottom breakout confirmed. So that's what I want to see. So now if I'm trading BSX, I can trade this, absolutely can trade this now because my rules have been met. The trend is in place. I know it's a different time frame, but that's okay. You're trading the same rules. And if you abide by these rules on, say, the hourly time frame, and then price does what it's supposed to do, right? And we're probably going to, pull back a little bit. Price does what it's supposed to do. Well, that'll pick it up on the daily. Then I can move to the daily because I prefer to look at the daily chart. But it's the same rules so that it keeps everything organized. It keeps everything simple. There's no, you can reach in the same bag and you're going to get the same chart, the same indicators, the same trading strategy. It's just a different time frame. So this is looking great. I like it on the hourly here. That's working out really nice. So for me, I want to see, because I know we've already looked at the daily, right? I know that I don't have to be in a big hurry to buy it. So I think what I will do is just put an alert in here like this. And now I'll be alerted. Now let's go back to that daily and it'll show up. There it is. I can make it bigger. Actually, I'm probably going to adjust it and I'll change it later on the alert to right here. So now on the daily, if we can do this, now I can justify buying it because we're over the T line on the daily, and that means a lot to me. And then I know on those intraday charts they're working out. So sorry that took so long, but that was a great question, great chart to talk about that. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, let's look at Levi. Thank you, Sharon. Look at Levi. Oh boy. You know, there's a lot of nice charts setting up out here. There really are. Um, man, there's a lot of nice ones. Um, let's do this right here. Okay. So we've busted out over that 50% retracement right here, right? We've come up and tested the 61.8 line. There's 61.8 right there. We tested again 61.8. So I'm going to make a prediction based on this chart that we go to 23 up here. And what are we doing? We're just using the chart to predict short-term moves, right? So we've got ourselves I don't know, can we call that a bullish engulf? I'm gonna. And then we've got follow through. We're over that 50% retracement. Price is above the T line. T line's above the trend indicator. Looking good. So I'm going to assume that this chart will continue up. I'm going to assume that it's going to do that. Well, simply until it doesn't. And let's say it gets right here. All right. And let's say that it does this the next day, right? Well, there's the money we made. So if you close it out based on that candle, there's the money you made. That's a nice chart. That's very nice. Good morning, Julie. Let's look at some lunar. Lunar above 11. What was that? 1120. Let's go look at 1120. Yeah. Here, let's put that right there. So right in that neighborhood, right there. Absolutely. So what would happen? You know, price would tell us. Nice trend, by the way. Look at that beautiful trend up. Price action went up. And see, you know, just like we talked about a minute ago, if you bought this down into here, you know, we turned price, white line, green dots, right? If you bought that in here, you made money, you made money, you made money. You know what? You might close it out right here, right? But you made that money right there. And that's what you're after on a swing trade. So what are we after over here? To do the same thing. So, you know, notice here, we waited for the bullishness. We didn't try to buy it at the low. We didn't try to get all sneaky Pete on it. We bought it when the bulls are buying, when the bulls are running. So if we wait here, and then Julie, you've got 1120. So, okay, you know, maybe that's one, maybe two, maybe three candles to get up there. And then, you know, you start buying. So what are we going to do? We're going to predict what? We're going to predict that it goes, and this is the level I would look at right there. And then let's do this, make that red, because we know that stocks are going to pull back, right? We know that the sellers are going to come in. But in the meantime, what did we do? We made that money right there. Isn't that cool? Doesn't it sound so simple? It does. It really sounds simple. Thanks. Daryl, you're watching some R. R. Is that like pirate stuff? Watching some R, waiting for that to break out. Tell you what, you give me heads up when it does. All right. Pretty please. Give us all a heads up in the trading room. There you go. I just set an alert right there. And that might be a nice little relief rally in there. Yeah. All righty. Let's see. VFX saying you're the best, Rick. Man, send me an email. Yeah, send me the email. I'm going to give you some time in the room, okay? I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see. It would be nice if YouTube would give you a hype button. You're right. It would be nice, wouldn't it, Rick? Your market overviews are great. Send me an email. Thank you. Good morning, folks. Did everyone see the feed as live in their YouTube homepage? Good question, Ed. Yeah, did everybody see the live button in YouTube? We're still trying to figure some of that out. We already talked about BSX. We already talked about WDC. Let's talk about STX. There we go. Nice chart. That's a buy right now, by the way. Look at that trend. Here, let's do this. Look at that. Right there. You don't need no stinking price. You don't need any stinking price at all. So let's do this. So there's bullish. There's don't be in it. There's be in it. There's don't be in it. I'm going to say be in it, even though we have a little red one there. Be in it and be in it until it says don't be in it. Very nice chart. Excellent. Nice little 3-8 trap. Nice little pullback. Fantastic. Fantastic. Hey, good morning, Sonny. Hey, I want to shout out to Sonny. Sonny posts a lot of stuff. I'm going to say it's good stuff, but it's time consuming for Sonny. I don't know how long it takes you to make one of those sheets, but he posted over in our Discord room a lot. And he posted on our Facebook site as well. So thank you very much, Sonny, for the work you do. Absolutely amazing. Okay. You're looking at some APLD. Let's take a look at that. APLD, I would probably want that one to move up a little bit. Let's take a look at the cloud on that. All right. Because of the position in the cloud, I'm not interested in shorting it, but it looks more like a short to me than a long at this point. For it to be long, I think it's going to have to, move up. We're going to have to get through that flat spot right there. We're going to have to get in the cloud, maybe out of the cloud, and see that little spot right there. We need to be above that, honestly. So for APLD, at bare minimum, above that 50 period moving average right there. Now we'll go over to this chart. So at bare minimum, above 2980 is what I would look at on APLD. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Thank you very much for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for all the questions and everything. I appreciate that. And again, everybody over there in YouTube, Facebook, or X, if you could pop a thumbs up there, I'd sure appreciate that. It helps getting the word out, and that would, that's helpful. Okay. Members, I'll see you at the bottom of the hour, and we'll open this. Well, we won't open this market up, but we're gonna act like we do, right? We'll see you later. Okay. You guys all take care. Thanks for being here.